Hi, Luke.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you have brought Rickety Cricket today.
That's right. Yep.
Yep.
I got a new version of a gyro walker, Rickety Cricket.
Yep.
This is kind of version 2. I built the first one maybe I don't know, at this point like 5 years ago.
Yep.
And it was such a departure from the previous version, we decided to call it number 2. And because I wanted to reuse the stickers that I already had, because I ordered like 500 stickers, and so that was another reason to keep with the same name. But
well, stickers should be the primary reason for doing everything in the Common Robotics scene.
yeah, exactly.
That's excellent. Tell me about it. Like, describe how this thing.
Yeah, so Rickety Cricket is a gyro walker. So it essentially it spins up its weapon. It's got a hub motor, and then when you tilt anything that's spinning, you get a gyroscopic reaction. So essentially, as you tilt the servo back and forth while the weapon's spinning, it kind of lifts itself up and then it falls forward, and that's ultimately kind of how it moves around the arena.
So you were my first fight today.
Yep.
And my ball was mostly functioning going into it. At the end, it was not functioning. That thing hits really hard. It is crazy how hard it hits.
Yeah, it's got about 1 pound is allocated for the weapon. I have like 3 different weapons. They're all about 1 pound each. So it's a lot of weight swinging around there. It's got like a interesting tooth design, so the tip of the tooth kind of sticks out in every direction to try to get more purchase. Try to allow it to hit things when it's at a weird angle. So if you feed in sideways to it, you might hit the part that sticks out. It's got a counterweight. It's a single tooth spinner, so the robot moves really slow. So that negatively impacts its ability to get good bite. So the best way for me to compensate for that is by having a big tooth, have it spin not that fast. It doesn't really spin that fast, but just try to do everything I can to get bite, because unlike a lot of these other zippy robots, this thing moves like a snail.
Yeah.
So I try to do the best I can and try to still get good hits without moving very fast, which can be tricky.
How's the rest of your matches today going?
Overall, I feel like they've been pretty tough. And a lot of that, I believe, comes down to my driving. This is a fairly brand new robot. It's a second competition, but I haven't spent a lot of time driving it, and this one is particularly difficult to drive compared to some of the other gyro walkers I've built in the past. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the center of mass. Like, I think it's a little bit too far forward, which causes it to nosedive if I'm not careful. And also the way the uprights work is that if I tilt the robot too far one way to the other, it'll start to nosedive on its own as well. So before I used to have 2 uprights and that allowed it to kind of teeter on the uprights, and it really helped it prevent it from nosediving. But for this robot, I really wanted to have a cantilevered weapon, which offers some other interesting benefits. Like, I haven't really done this yet, but it could essentially be a horizontal spinner at will. So that's kind of like a future thing I want to experiment with.
That seems horrifying.
Yeah, I can have it be like a horizontal spinner at will, or it could essentially be like a diagonal spinner at will. But a lot of that comes down to my ability to control the servo effectively. It's really tricky because the servo rotates almost 360 degrees. But I only have so much range on the transmitter. So if I don't have any special setup on the transmitter, if I just move the stick, a tiny amount, it has massive exaggerated movements on the servo itself. So I've been trying really hard to figure out what I need to do to have more fine-grained control when I need to, because it takes quite a bit of precision to have it move exactly the way you want it to, and it's been tricky with the new setup here.
So you're not from the Northeast, are you?
Nope. I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Did you come here for?
Yeah, I came here pretty much just for this event. Also, I wanted to check out Boston. We're really good friends with a lot of the Team Omega people, like Fred and all the other people that are helping run this event.
Yeah.
So we wanted to come say hi to them. We went to dinner last night. Probably help them tear down the arena at the end of the competition. Yeah. But I said as soon as I had a new beetleweight, I was going to take it to the next Mass Destruction event, and I finally got it built. So that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. You already helped tear down by doing some damage to the arena.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But yeah, it's such a cool bot. So, do you think you're going to bring it to other competitions like NHRL or something like that?
NHRL is a really tough event, and I wanted to kind of work out any of the bugs before I went to an event like that.
Yeah.
Everybody, everyone wants the robot to do well, but it takes a lot of iterating, a lot of really fine tuning to really dial it in. There's another Colorado event in 2 weeks from now, so I'll probably be trying some different weapons, maybe change up the transmitter settings a little bit. But I probably will eventually take it to Norwalk. I just want to make sure that the robot's the best it possibly can be before I take it to Norwalk.
It's so cool. I'm really happy that I was able to fight it. It's one of my favorite robots, even though 5 years ago. I remember watching it, so I really love it. I really appreciate that you were here with it and everything like that. I really appreciate our fights. Yeah, do you still have another fight? Do you know who you're fighting?
I believe it's a counterpunch.
Yeah.
It's so I know they're ranked really high, so it's going to be tough. But you know, a lot of the fights so far have been flailing around the arena, trying to figure out what orientation the robot's in. But the weapon can potentially do a one-hit knockout if I get a really good hit. So I'm just hopeful that, like, if it does become a really chaotic fight, I just get a lucky hit and like tear something off.
That's so cool. Well, I thank you for sitting down with us. I really appreciate it. We'll have to get you on the pod at some point too. The actual full-length interview too. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
All right.